Hello, my friends. How are you? Welcome. Kerrie here. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some tips around overcoming self-doubt in your mediumship and your mediumship development. I really should just get straight into it, shouldn't I? So let's go with that, right? So today we are talking about overcoming self-doubt and really what you can do to overcome self-doubt when you are developing your mediumship. And I guess the first thing that I want you to know is not only is it okay, but it's actually quite common. It's quite common that people, when they're developing their mediumship or coming to it, all experience a level of self-doubt. I must admit, every person I have worked with, I have coached, has brought to it a level of self-doubt in some way, including myself. So please know that it's okay. Please know that Spirit understands this. Know that Spirit will guide you to heal that self-doubt, heal that self-belief, the belief in yourself, and will bring you experiences that can provide those sort of opportunities. So please, I think, know that it's okay. Just accept that it's okay that you doubt yourself, and just and because I know for me, most of the time it's not, we don't doubt whether Spirit is there. We don't doubt Spirit. We're actually doubting our own abilities, our own capacity to understand the information, or our own capacity to be able to receive the information. So please know that it truly is okay. If there's one thing I know in working with Spirit as a medium for over 20 years, is the fact of how patient they are. So, um, so I think go easy on yourself and know that it's okay. But I guess the thing that I would say with that is just be honest with yourself in that space. Be honest in the fact that, okay, I do have doubt, and it's okay. That would be in authenticity with it, because that then still creates flow and does give then Spirit more of an opportunity to help you overcome it. So that would be the first thing that I would suggest. Second, I would suggest with your mediumship that you learn your strengths and your weaknesses. Certainly. So Spirit will work with you with your knowledge base and your strengths. So say, for example, perhaps you're a dog lover and you know all the different breeds of dogs, or a gardener and flowers are one of your passions and you love flowers, and you know that you know the name of the flowers, you know what kind they are, or perhaps you have studied tarot, and when you look at a tarot card, it gives you you know what that means. Spirit will work with you with all of those kind of strengths and that knowledge. So, for example, if you were to be bringing through a mediumship message, but you saw a tarot card in your head, work with that. Open yourself up to that kind of strength. Your knowledge is a real strength. Know that if it's those kind of, if you know the breeds of dogs and you understand them a little bit, or you know the name, you will possibly be able to see and know with your mediumship what breed of dog that you are connecting with in the spirit world, and that provides a level of evidence and specificness, doesn't it? So it's a real strength in that way. So work with that information. Work with that. I know for me, my strengths lie around understanding psychic expertise and how spirit appears for people. It lies around the manifestation process and how the soul works, and whether your manifestation goals are actually manifesting or not. So I get a lot of that kind of information. One of my weaknesses is names. I'm still, and has been for um, the 25 years that I've been working with spirit. Weaknesses, I can get medical terms such as laparoscopy, but can I get a name clear? And I think this is for two reasons. I think it's just how my brain is wired. And two, I would also say that there's a level of spirit coming in and just providing the name for pure evidence. It's not actually their truth. And I think for me that's a level of disconnection in my connection with spirit in some way. So even though I know that people need names as proof, and I know that it can make a big difference to a sitter when you actually do receive a name correctly. But at the end of the day, I just accept that I'm not always going to get it 100%, but I do know the confines of, say, for example, I will always get the initial correct, and I will always get whether it's a male or female name. I will always get that correct. And so, for example, if like the other week I was saying Mike, and it turned out to be Mark, I'm not going to get John. It's not going to be John, and it's not going to be Mary. So get to know your strengths and your weaknesses. Learn how your mediumship works for you in that way. Because that will certainly help you move along and gain more confidence. Tip number 3, I would say stop trying to control it. There is certainly an expectation that mediumship is always just about connecting with loved ones in the spirit world. And I would say that for some of you, that's not your purpose. I would say for some of you, not everyone is meant to be using their mediumship in that way. So I would suggest taking a step back and being open to what spirit want from you. What is your purpose? How is your mediumship meant to be used, not just in the way that you think? And I know for me, I've done a lot of work around this for myself. And once I sort of did get to a certain level where I did really step back, and really just sort of said, okay, I surrender. That's it. Let's just show me. Where my mediumship has gone since then, it is really, really magical for me and magical for my clients. And I guess it's gone to places where I never expected it to go, or never even knew was possible, to be honest, such as, my mediumship being used to be able to come in and really heal and reach into someone's soul and transform it. And I know that this happens whether I'm actually delivering messages or not. That all I need to do is just invoke spirit and allow the spirit world to do what they do best, and it creates transformation and shifts in people's lives within weeks of coming in connection with me in some form of mediumship process. So, yeah, it's exciting in that way. So just be open to, yes, evidential mediumship, providing evidence in whatever capacity you use is certainly a foundation. And it's certainly really important for credibility, and it's important for the people you are working with so that they have faith in you and your mediumship, because it's that evidence and that proof that proves that you are connecting. But we can bring through that sort of evidence in lots of different ways depending on what your purpose is. So I would say don't always learn evidential mediumship as a foundation, absolutely, but then get to a point where you are open to what spirit actually wants from you with that mediumship. And that then would lead us into being on purpose. I know last month here when I ran an event, the angel of thought came through. And one of the things that he said was that when you are actually on purpose, there is a lot less self-doubt. It's, one, that you fit in this world, what you're meant to be doing, and therefore there is just less doubt, and there's a sense of solidness that comes into the soul, is the only way that I can describe it. So I would suggest working towards discovering your unique purpose with your mediumship. And when I talk about unique purpose, I guess the biggest or the most highest profile example that I can use as a example would be the medical medium, and the fact that his mediumship, since he was 4 years old, has been used for the specific purpose of health reasons. And then you've got, and another one would be John Edward. His mediumship is used for reconnecting loved ones, but the purpose behind his mediumship was to break through to the mainstream and bring mediumship and spirit into people's lounge rooms. So, what is your purpose? And I know for the work that I do, I know that for some people it lies in counseling and helping people with their relationships. It lies in supporting people with their environments in their home through, intuitive interior design or intuitive feng shui. And then calling upon spirit to assist with that in some way. It might be that you're an inspired author, that you use spirit to channel, to write, and it just can take you a really long time to get there. And as I say that, I'm actually thinking about one of our members here, Kate. I'm having an intuitive hit for you. So perhaps you are an inspired author, more so than what you realise. So I think be on purpose with it. Allow yourself to be open to letting spirit show you what your purpose with your mediumship is. As I said, not every medium is meant to be doing loved one readings. We're meant to be doing that and more. So be open to that. So just in summary, if we're talking about overcoming self-doubt in your mediumship, it would be know that it's okay. Learn your strengths. Stop trying to control it. be on purpose. And if there is one more thing that I could say, it's feel the fear and do it anyway. Because at the end of the day, there is only one way that you can progress and move forward with it, and that is to keep going, keep doing it, learn from your experiences,